Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on Algo. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today, wherever you are in this great world. We're going to talk about Algo. And once again, this is the one-day chart. We're sitting here at 19 cents. We're literally moving with Bitcoin right now. All these ISO cryptocurrencies, they're very undervalued and they're still following Bitcoin. Eventually, they will all break away from Bitcoin at some point in the future. And I believe that any ISO cryptocurrency in the short term is definitely going to rise in value because you see the way the world is pushing now. We are in the digital age and things are moving very fast. Partnership between Hedera and Algorand to help solve the problem of digital keys and passwords. This is very big news, and I like this because of so many reasons. Number one, I absolutely love HBAR. I love Algo as well. And seeing these two come together right now, this is absolutely incredible for me because I always thought, I showed you ways that we're watching a massive network form around crypto, and this solidifies it. And this is going to go in other directions. It's not just going to be about DREC. It's going to go far beyond this because they're already talking about quantum computing as well. But take a listen to what they had to say.
I think for our industry at large, the Web3 space, decentralized asset space, user experience has to be put at the forefront if it's going to be successful. And one of the most frictionful points right now around the user experience for the average person who's venturing into digital assets is the key. The private key is required to spend those assets. It's essentially your right of ownership over those assets. And one of the benefits of Web3 is that having this single key that you own gives a great responsibility of self-sovereignty. It's not with the bank, it's with you. And that's a wonderful virtue of the technologies that we have created and we are working on. However, with that comes a huge responsibility. And folks out there have lost these keys. And with that, they lose their assets. And so, with Swirls Labs, Lehman and his team have come up with a wonderful protocol for how we can ensure that these keys are kept secure in a decentralized manner, and if someone was to lose those keys, they can be recovered without having to trust any one party.
You know, the CTO of Algo makes me want to buy more Algo because when you listen to someone like him talk, he realizes how important this technology is. Now, us older investors, we look at this as, why would we care about this type of technology, where you could recover your keys? You got to look beyond that. You got to realize a lot of new investors are coming into this market. They're going to lose their keys. And if they do, they're leaving crypto forever and they're not coming back. But if there's a way for them to get their crypto back, all of a sudden they stay in this space and they learn and they continue to invest in it. And they're long-term investors over time. And that's what I like about this technology. But like I said, this is going to go beyond just DREC. Algo and Hedera are going to continue to work together into the future. Big things coming for Algo in 2024. Exciting to hear all the technological upgrades and projects in the pipeline from Stacy W. Algo is going to have a very big year in 2024. There's going to be a lot of development happening. A lot of projects are going to onboard to Algorand as well. The ecosystem is going to expand and it's going to get much stronger, more valuable, adding value to Algo along the way. Like I said, I think this is going to be the biggest year we have ever seen in crypto. Stasis collaborates with AlgoMin to enhance DeFi adoption on Algorand. AlgoMin digitalizes assets, enabling seamless integration into the Algorand ecosystem. This venture brings a new level of efficiency and interoperability to asset management. utilizing blockchain's power. This strategic alliance begins with incentivizing initiatives for the DeFi pair, uniquely combining traditional asset tokenization with Stasis, euro-backed stablecoins. Tokenization is going to absolutely amp up this year, and certain cryptocurrencies are going to really rise in price because of it. And I think Algo is going to be one of them. Take a listen to this right here.
Hi, Warren. Welcome. And we are the substrate layer on which protocols and companies build. And I can say that we are having more and more companies that are in the tokenization space, in the fractionalization space, building on Algorand. One thing I would add to your sort of trend point is that they are taking the time to be regulated as well. So Control Alt, which is a company built on Algorand, is regulated by the FCA, and they're private equity fractionalization. And that if you go to their websites, they have parts for people raising money and for investors, and you can buy £10 worth of a wind farm or whatever you like, and those will have the legal standing of securities.
Take notice how she said they're doing it in a regulated way. Regulated tokenization is happening on Algo already. Climate tech startup Eureka Official, with its CEO, built a blockchain-powered carbon credit marketplace using Algorand. And even carbon credits in the future are also going to be tokenized. And that's going to be a massive, massive industry. Trillions of dollars. What's more, tokenization affects a wide range of sectors. Finance, real estate, art, carbon credits. Every field is discovering new possibilities thanks to this technology. And we already know real estate tokenization is happening on Algorand through Lofty. And that's starting to grow out and expand as well. And that's going to grow year over year. HezaPay migrated to the Algorand blockchain in 2022. Their mission, to digitize humanitarian aid delivery. HezaPay was founded during the humanitarian crisis in Afghanistan. The solution empowers aid organizations to disperse funds through digital wallets and a network of local agents as an alternative to physical cash handouts. And wait until they start to tokenize humanitarian aid as well. People will be able to donate through tokenization at a much bigger level. And humanitarian aid is also part of the new financial system. It's going to be pushed into the new financial system. Because just because you got a new financial system doesn't mean the crisis is going to end. You're still going to have major weather events happening. You're going to have wars still in the future. And getting money into people's pockets in a matter of seconds is absolutely game-changing. Read this. Did you know in El Salvador, Bitcoin is transacting on Algo rails because the Lightning Network doesn't work? Now, the Lightning Network is still being utilized by some people, I'm sure. But according to the CEO of Koi Banks, 6 commercial banks in El Salvador are using wrapped Bitcoin on Algorand. 3 are already on mainnet, launched. 3 more will onboard by June, according to trade.gov. Commercial banking services in El Salvador are provided by 13 institutions, 11 private banks, and 2 state-owned banks. That means that nearly half the commercial banks in El Salvador are using Algorand to utilize Bitcoin at an institutional level. But the Bitcoin maxis don't like when you say that. They don't even want to hear you say that because that's part of their hype game around Bitcoin. But Algo fixes Bitcoin. Learn how the Algo Kit 2.0 upgrade is simplifying blockchain for students by leveraging Python. Python is going to bring so many projects to Algo this year alone. And it's going to continue to bring projects to Algo even next year as well. But when you make something easy, people will use it time and time again. Can developers really start with zero blockchain experience? Here's how one student fully set up an Algorand development environment in just 20 minutes and took their first step to mastering blockchain. You know, in the crypto space, I always see people saying, I would like to build a project. Well, they're making it easier and easier for people to do this. You don't even need blockchain experience anymore. And that is game changing, especially when enterprise starts to come into this space, because that's going to happen as well. And they want that transition to be easy. They also want it to be cheap, or they want to know what the cost is going to be up front, and they want it to be secure. And that's why I think Algorand is even going to capture a good percentage of enterprise adoption as well in the future. Bumper is coming to Algorand. Multiplayer mini game on web page with smart contract implementations. Got bumped, -1 Algorand. Bumped, +1 Algorand. Connect, opt in, and call the contact with Para and bump it up. You know, when I mention these small games that are on blockchain, people always say, well, that's not for me. But it is for someone else. And people will play these games time and time again. And it just adds to the ecosystem. That's the way I look at it. Any project that's building is building because there's a market for it. Updated Algorand ecosystem map. And you know, I always said this ecosystem is absolutely incredible. But they're going to be updating this ecosystem a lot throughout 2024. Wait and see. Because things are expanding out now at a very fast pace. And for Algo, you know, there are a lot of projects already chose to come to this ecosystem. You see it there right in front of you. But time and time again, Algorand will be a better choice than other networks for certain types of projects. People will choose it over other networks is what I'm saying. And you know, it's a well-rounded ecosystem, and that's what I always loved about investing in Algo, because the token is actually utilized as well, where with other chains, they don't even utilize the token. Well, how do investors like me or you, how do we plan to get rich if the token's not utilized? That's another thing I like about Algo. But you know, right now, when you look at the price, it's still very cheap compared to where it's going. This next run is going to be incredible. Prepare for it now. And until it all happens, stay patient, stay positive, and let's get rich together. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.